Hello there, Duranish Whiskey Lore, and time for a Matchup Monday. A little different today, not actually doing a brand against a brand, a spirit against a spirit. I am doing the same spirit against itself, using whiskey stones. So, a friend of mine a long time ago gave me a set of whiskey stones as a gift. Now, I must admit that this package got used twice, and then it's been sitting in my freezer for probably a year and a half. I haven't touched it. So that kind of tells you my initial impression of what a whiskey stone really does. Now, the idea of a whiskey stone is that you want to cool your whiskey, but you don't want to dilute your whiskey. So you're chilling, but you are not adding any kind of cold flavor or any kind of dilution of the spirit in what you're doing. So this is what this looks like. Now I'm doing this with Hinch Irish single pot still whiskey. The reason I'm using this particular whiskey is because I like pot still whiskey, and I especially like the mouthfeel of pot still whiskey. And so my feeling is that that is the thing that's going to be hurt by this. This is my thesis. We're going to find out for sure. Now, this glass has had some time to chill a little bit, but as you will see, this is not, I know it looks like Stonehenge in there. It does look like Stonehenge in there. I mean, is that attractive? You want to sit at the party and see that? Does that look right to you? I think what we expect is that we're going to get darker liquid in there, and this, of course, is a very light, almost lemony kind of a color. Now, definitely getting the cool on that one, and this is at room temperature, same liquid. Larger glass, so I'm not getting the concentration of the vapors as much on the nose with this, but the idea of a whiskey stone is that I'm going to chill it anyway, because I just like the feel, I guess. I'm not sure, and this is where you can share your thoughts about why you think a whiskey stone would be worthwhile down there in the comments. So let's start with a whiskey that is not on fake ice, okay? So what I like about this whiskey, 43% ABV, great price. You can find this around $30 or less here in the States, is it has a lemon and a lime combo in it, and some green apple. They're really nice. The first test I want to do is I want to say, okay, now, does it hurt my nosing experience? Does it enhance my nosing experience? It's warm outside, so actually the cool glass feels kind of nice. I won't forget which one's which. The stones actually get in the way of the nosing experience. Seriously, I am not really smelling much out of that, but I am smelling that. Interesting. I'm smelling the stones. It does feel like I've really actually put rocks in my glass. All right, let's do a tasting, and I'm going to start with this one actually. Nice mouthfeel to it still. Graham cracker notes coming through, which I like. A little bit of vanilla. Again, that lemon and green apple coming through. A little pepper on the finish. Goes into raisins and like a lemon shortbread. Really, really nice. Okay. So that's what it tastes like chilled. I'm getting everything out of it that I expect to get out of it. I'm going to nose again. Sometimes after a taste, the nose grows more powerful. Maybe I'm getting a little more off of that. It's still not strong. Cheers. Definitely feeling a little more solid on the palate. I'm gonna jump right back though. They both have body to them. What's interesting though, I'm so used to drinking stuff at room temperature. There's nothing distracting me from feeling the body of that whiskey. I think the stuff on the rocks still has that body, but I just mentally, I'm not getting it there. I mean, as much. It's there, but I feel like the cool scent that's coming up on my face as I'm pulling it up is a distraction. It's like you have all of, let's say you have 100%, and you're doing a taste and you get 100%. But distractions reduce from that 100%. So what's happening is, because my brain is going to that cool, misty feeling I'm getting on my face, it's drawing some of my attention to that experience, and it's pulling me away from feeling the body of the whiskey. Also, the unfamiliarity with tasting this thing cold. So, in the end, I would have to say that Whiskey Stones, if you just really enjoy drinking a whiskey chilled, is probably a preferable way to drink the whiskey rather than putting it on ice. This requires you, of course, to stick the rocks into the freezer and to remember that they are in there when you want to go in and have a glass of Stonehenge. But I don't know. This is the thing with me. How many stones do you put in there? I'd put 5 in there. That's probably overkill for how much is in there. The other thing is, part of the tasting experience for me, and I believe this is true all the way around, is the comfort you have with the situation. In other words, when you are tasting something and something is annoying you, then it's going to subtract from the experience. So again, I think if you find Stonehenge in your glass to be pleasant, then you're probably going to enjoy this more than I do. If you enjoy that cool feeling on your face when you're sipping a whiskey, you're probably going to enjoy this more than I did. But because I like drinking my whiskey neat, because I don't want anything getting in the way, and because it's awkward once you get to the end of the drink because you got these rocks hitting you in the face, it's like, okay, I'm not getting it. So my answer for me is that I understand why those rocks stayed in the freezer for as long as they did. Now, I will tell you that same friend bought me a little rubberized ball where you can actually fill it up with water and then put it into the freezer, and then you get a nice ice ball, and then the glass actually has a little ribbing inside that is pronounced, and so the ice ball will kind of roll around inside the glass, and the glass is kind of curved this way, and it's a fun experience. So I don't mind that as much, but then it's diluting my alcohol. So, I think, again, it comes down to personal preference. Am I telling you to go buy Whiskey Stones to try? Hopefully you have friends like me who just, get them to you. Actually, I bought a Deanston Virgin Oak, or traded it actually with a friend of mine, because he was nice enough to pick it up for me out of state, and it came with its own Whiskey Stones as part of the gift pack. So, maybe go look for that Deanston gift pack if you can find it. I will be doing a tasting on that somewhere down the road, by the way, but I wanted to give it some time to be open before I go in and do a tasting on it. Hope you enjoyed this review of Whiskey Stones. I don't know if I helped you make a decision as to whether you should have them or not. What the heck? You can give them a try if you want to, but best I can give you in terms of my own experience on that. Until next time, cheers and Slainte.